Okay, this is Searching for the Keystone of Ecstasy Part 2. We're going to be covering both the National Library and the Ministry of Cultural Primacy. Check the description for timestamps. We're going to both places. We're going to start at the library, go to the Ministry, and then finish up at the library again because there's a good deed that crosses across both. We will be covering also A Way Out in Incognito Good Deeds. Waylaid Good Deed has a little bit of a piece here as well at the Ministry. History lesson, suspicious activity, and conspiracy mysteries will be completed here. And the Ecstasy Lymbic Door on the Phol Guard side in Lake Cynon can also be completed after the Ministry. So there's a lot going on that we can do here. But we're going to start at the National Library. Okay, we're going to get a drone module. OMSIF deployment order to the National Library, along with an Entropic field elite drone module. Unit emits a resonant wave of high-frequency limbic particles capable of shattering proximate limbic projectiles. So that ranged hollow walker would probably work against that. I really haven't played with that one, though. Okay, so while we are in this parking lot, we're going to look at the safe. This is the safe. Actually, let me back out. This is the safe that Caspian references in his computer in Taljou. And he's also sent a library notice about it, that if we don't hear from you, we're going to throw it out. So this is what it is. And in his computer entry, he talks about how he can't remember the password, but he's sure it has something to do with Lucan. So it's going to be the serial number, which is a 5-digit, 81643. Eight 1643. We're going to get a row prism, a wooden mask research item, and then a miscellaneous item that's a Caspian's mask note about the mask and where he got it from. Yilo and his wonderful wife Marlene. Okay, so there's history lesson is resolved. That one's done. And so now we're going to go inside. Let me tag some stuff like really quick, because this stuff can get lost. So we're going to favorite a couple of these things. Let's make them easier to find now that we're starting to get a whole lot more items. Okay, L6. This is another cryptic clue. This is going to help us open the computer upstairs in the computer room. So let me tag that one too. Favorite that. Get some of this stuff out of the way. Wait, here's the one that I want to favorite. We don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Okay, we had that. We don't need that anymore. That's the library safe. Close that off. Crazy week. Alright. Terror suppressor. Check this hall, but we're actually going to be coming back here for that. Alright, so let's go upstairs, actually. And we can't get in this way. Door's locked from the other side. Okay, we'll get this code in the library, and we'll come back to that. We're going to unlock this, but then we're going to go back upstairs. Okay. Okay, we're going to be in computer room D. I'm going to pick up a few things and then we're going to access the computer. Polaroid research item.
I got a bad feeling about this. We're not supposed to be here. This was a dumb fucking idea.
The Quill and the Pyre.
We're clear. You see how easy it was to steal this thing? I told you, nobody cares.
Bravo 384, you are not authorized for takeoff. Reduce your velocity and land immediately. I repeat, you are entering restricted airspace. Turn around and land immediately. Failure to comply will be considered a hostile action.
Holy shit, I knew it! Oh, fuck. Turn around, man. I'm not sure I know how. What do you mean? You said you knew how to fly this thing. I've only had 3 lessons. It's a lot more complicated in practice. I'll figure it out. Fucking hell, man!
Bravo 384, this is your final warning. If you do not comply, you will be fired upon.
Fuck it, I'm not going back down there. What the fuck are you doing? They're gonna kill us. Go back. Call them their bluff. I'd rather take my chances up here than starve down there. What is that? What the fuck is that? Oh, shit! Hang on! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Okay, so there's the recording. So now we're going to access the computer. This is the conspiracy mystery, and it actually sort of starts in Lake Cynon. At the end of the road, there's the picnic tables, and then there's the 9mm pistol along with this note. All of my proof can be found in Computer Room D at the National Library. The 9mm pistol is a research item for the conspiracy research. And it has to do with the supposed suicide of Garen Yankel. Now, I have a video showing all of the post-it notes and stuff like that. I currently only have 4 in this file because 1 is at the Ministry and 1 is in Jelgen. But when you put them all together, you can spell Yankel. And when you spell Yankel and you put the numbers in the correct order, in the Yankel order, based on the post-it note order, I'll get there. That's how you get the value, or the code rather. So the 7 is on the Y sticky note, which is found in Jelgen. 3 is on the A, which is in the Market of Maristan. 1 is on the N, with the Auto Repair Garage in Jova. The K is number 5 and is found in Cultural Primacy. We'll be getting that when we head over there. Oh, I didn't enter the 5. And then the 9 is E. That's in the bus stop in Taljou. That's where that sticky is. And then we just picked up the 6 downstairs. So that got us into here. So just opening this will solve the conspiracy mystery. You don't have to actually read them, but they are kind of fun. Let's start with Gary and Yanko. There's the conspiracy. And I'll put a link in the description or in a card that shows all the stickies and stuff like that. So, but I figured we would get it while we were here and just explain how it works. Okay, so now we're going to go down to the library. We're going to grab the Loblina Alliance book.
Here I am at the National Library.
Along with a recording, Journal Integrity,
For the story, but my mind is
Lady Marguerith, Scandal and Steel.
All I can think about is the recent disappearances. One journalist is a tragedy, 2 a curious coincidence, 3 that's a pattern. I have a responsibility to protect my family. They didn't choose to pursue this story. I did. I can't put them at risk by continuing to dig into this.
Historical Leaf, City of Wonder.
I feel that I'm betraying my integrity as a journalist. The truth deserves to be heard. I can only hope that someone braver than I can expose it.
I actually tried giving this tape to Tanya in the APC and it was never an option. And then the Shriek of Terror Enhanced. Terrifying energy deepens and surges forward, racking all Lymbic entities in its path with dreadful pain. It's a charge. You gotta charge it up to use it. Okay, now I am going to favorite a couple of these books because we're going to look at them again in a little bit. Okay, let's archive that. This stuff. Alright, tag that and tag that. Okay, so now we're going to go this way and up the stairs to another conference room. Or staff room, sorry. Staff room.
How did you get in here?
No smoking in the break room.
Those fucking things. What the fuck, man?
Who are
Who are you?
I'm Iblis. I worked here. Yes. I'm a file clerk.
Doesn't sound sure.
Where is your book restoration department?
Huh? Book restoration. Yeah. Yeah. We have a department for that. Basement. It's in the basement. That's where Locke works. I like him. He's a straight shooter wearing that yellow jacket.
Where can I find Locke?
Oh, shit. We were running. I was running with Locke. Fuck. Away from those things. He fell near the cafeteria. Oh, I left him. I left him there and locked. I left him there and locked the door behind me. Here. Here. Take the key if you think you can make it.
Okay. Now we're going to go back down and back through. This way. Use the key he gave us. Okay. So the key code reminder, in order to get it into his office down in the restoration area, Embry has the answer. The Lethe Foundation and the Loblina Alliance Creation. So those are the books that we tagged. That I ended up favoriting. So the code to get in is going to be 537734. But we're not going down there quite just yet. So we got to go back into the library and access that computer. I didn't do it earlier so that we could do it all together. So this is going to start the suspicious activity mystery. Have you noticed some of the other employees have been acting odd around us? I think something illegal is going on. I don't trust them. If they want access, they can come to one of us. The new code in the locker room is 5055. So now we're going to go up there. Suspicious activity. Five, 0, 5, 5. Okay, the blackmail note. Son of a bitch. We both agreed to a deal. I already paid you in full. Now you threatened to report me? Okay, so we got the keys to a car in the parking lot. So we're going to head out there before we go down to the book restoration area. Ecstasy cap, which we're going to put on, and a pottery fragment. And that is suspicious activity. Loadout. Let's change caps. I've had terror on, so let's put ecstasy on. For now. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Okay, now we can go to book restoration. Okay, I already got that. Oh, I should have gone the other way. Book restoration. There's nothing else in this hall. Sinking feeling I'm forgetting something.
I still don't see why we have to leave. 70 years I've lived in Lethe. Always made it through. Always survived. We're fine right where we are.
Forgive my husband. He doesn't quite grasp the gravity of the situation. He still believes we live in the 60s in Yankel's Hadean. We must leave. For the future of our family. There is only death here.
I'm scared. Why are we hiding in the library?
Agatha was a well-respected local politician in Lethe before the war. One of the few who genuinely tried to bridge the divide between Sabinian and Palamas communities. When she offered to help us leave the city, we couldn't refuse.
Our neighbors tried to leave the city through official channels. I saw their bodies hanging from the overpass the next day.
I'm trying to get this poor family out of the city. They're Palamist. They're as good as dead if they stay here. Easier said than done with all the checkpoints. I was supposed to meet with Locke, book restorer here. Since the war began, he helped me forge documents for trapped citizens, but his office is locked up tight, and I see no trace of him. Maybe it was silly of me to come here with everything that's going on. These people put a lot of trust in me. I suppose I'll try forging the documents myself. I have no idea how or where to start.
Okay. So now we're going to get into the book restoration. And according to Locke's note, the code is 537734. 537734. Okay.
I've spent the evening poring over the newest arrival from Atham Abbey. Marvelous. Truly a spectacular
Gospel of Tyr.
The binding.
Twin-headed serpent.
The leather work. The embroidery. Oh, just exquisite. The accompanying letter states that it originates from the mid-9th century. Truly amazing. By far the oldest project I've worked on. I can smell the 1,000 years of musty history wafting up from its pages. Delectable. I could hardly contain my excitement. I began working immediately. Upon the very first incision to the leather-bound cover, I made a startling discovery. A strange, narrow object folded into the fabric. It is clearly ancient.
Favors
I doubt
owed.
even the priests know of its existence.
favorite.
I've set the relic aside for now. Once the restoration is complete, I'll endeavor to find out more.
Alright, I want to tag the Favors Ode note because we're going to be referencing it again. There we go. Alright, let me favorite that. Okay, so that's a way out. Good deed started. And that is we're gonna have to get that stuff at the ministry. And we are pretty much done at the library for now. So let's go ahead and we will head to the ministry. I'll meet you guys at the ministry. Okay, the fact that I knew I was missing something got to me. So, and I was, and it was hidden over here in the corner. So I finally found it. Hadean Border Map. It is a research item. And now we can actually leave the library. Okay, now I feel comfortable.
Hey, I found additional information on the Serpent Mound mentioned in the Gospel of Tear. Let me know if you want more information on anything.
Tanya, do you know anything about the Serpent's Maw mentioned in the book?
The two-headed snake artifact embedded in the Holy Book's cover remains a mystery. Let's face it, knowing Hadia and its old ruins, it probably opens something, right? As for the Serpent's Maw, it's located in the Vissa Hills. I remember seeing a giant serpent head sticking out of the ground. The snake's body twists and turns all over the rocky ridges. You can see the snake's head from where we first met. It's due east. I'd start looking there.
Okay. Now I did try to give her that tape, but it's never an option. Alright, off to ministry. Okay, so there are things in this parking lot that we are going to come back and get, but we need a key card to get some of them, so instead of coming down here twice and doing things twice, we're just going to come back in a little bit and do stuff down here.
We got called here for a public disturbance. What we got was an angry mob hell-bent on burning the place down. They were really fired up. Something about justice for decades of manipulation and persecution. He stormed the ministry. Shit went to hell in a handbasket real fast. Now half my unit is dead or missing. What a goddamn mess.
I wouldn't go in there if I were you. Bunch of fucking savages. I've never seen anything like it. There's something about this country. No civility. It's like everyone has lost their humanity.
Didn't mean to. I swear. I tried to warn them. They just started charging towards me. I had no choice.
Okay, first aid kit. Check behind the stairs. We got a rage cap. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over. Okay, wing A. Research item, burnt notes.
December 15th, 1992. We've made an unexpected discovery in the tunnels below the cemetery. 2 doorways with dial lock mechanisms.
Spot ready to get interrupted.
This is truly curious, as they do not appear on any of the ancient schematics we've previously recovered. The first doorway and its locking mechanism are replete with House Astor symbolism. My initial theory, and this is a long shot, is that the symbols on the dial represent the members of Lord Astor's family. We know Lord Astor was obsessed with the image of the perfect family. The patriarch sitting squarely at the head, just as the crown rules its subjects. I will keep you apprised, should I discover anything more about the door.
Identification confirmed. That's Martin Rost, all right. He seems indisposed at the moment. Have a look around. There's got to be some clues left in this god-awful place.
Okay, we will access the computer at a later point after we get some stuff that we need. And then we're going to be sort of looking at each of the portraits as they come, because they do have information on them that we'll use to open like the safe. So I want to be able to reference them later in the video. Okay, we're going into the secretary room.
Bunch of corrupt snakes lining their pockets while we suffer like guinea pigs. They lied to us, pitted us against each other. Look at what they've done to the city, to its people. We went after our neighbors. It should have been these damn suits that we butchered.
Okay, keys to a ministry car. So now we're going to head back down into the parking garage. We have a Blackmailed mystery got started as well. So we're going to use the keys to the ministry car that we just got upstairs with this car right here. And we're going to get the Lymbic Rod Ecstasy X, which is used for the Ecstasy door on the Phol Guard side of the underground in Lake Cynon. So you can take this back to there and use that in the door, along with a confiscation report of where they came from. Then we're going to get the key card for the ministry. And the last thing we're going to grab down here is in this truck over here. In the parking lot of the ministry, we're going to get the Lymbic Rod Rage V. It's the coffer of the ancient cemetery of Sabin's faithful, so it's somewhere where I haven't even been quite yet. Along with safe delivery. It's Jelgen. Okay, so from the secretary's office, we're going to head this way. In fact, let me switch this out. Let me replace this. I actually need a health kit here. We're going to head northeast down the hall and go left.
Enough is enough. Fuck these warmongers. I bet they weren't expecting the madness they sowed to find its way back to them. They wanted this, not us. My sister's husband was a good guy. No one cared that he was a Palamist. Until their lies started. You should have seen what we did to him. Setherus, have mercy on our souls. They'll all fucking pay for this.
Okay. Now the key card that we just got down in the parking lot, we're going to use right here. And we're going to get women's clothing that we're going to use a little bit later. Incognito. We're also going to get a recording.
Case number 2190, citizens report of seditious activity. Investigation inconclusive. False accusation suspected. Dispatched compliance units to both reporter and
Satellite radio goes with the Waylaid good deed.
2197, citizens report of seditious activity. Investigation produced indisputable evidence. Dispatched retrieval unit.
Oh yeah.
Subject's first offense. Protocol mandates.
I'm gonna wait till it finishes. Okay, here's another one of the clues that we're going to be using. This one is going to get us into his computer, but we'll do all that at the same time as the safe, so we're not quite there yet. Actually, we're going to go to reception next. Actually, we will not, because we will come back up that way. Kind of goes in a circle. Alright, dodge into here.
Please, help me get out of here.
Who are you?
Those animals. The mob. They murdered my colleagues. My friends. They beat my boss and hanged him in his office. I'm the one who called the peacekeepers. They did what they could under the circumstances. The guy standing behind that door locked me in here. He said I was dessert. Please. I'm scared.
Dessert.
The creature. I could escape if only that thing wasn't lurking in the hallway. Please, get me out of here.
What can you tell me about this symbol?
Help me, and I'll tell you whatever I know about the symbol.
Do you know Martin Rolfs?
Martin was my boss. Just get me out of here, and I'll tell you whatever you want to know about him.
Okay. Miss me. Okay, so down here we're going to pay attention to this book in particular. This is one of the parts of the safe code. The 3 in the 3 long years. Bridal War began in 770, and after raging for 3 long years, the combined might of House Astor and Jihan claimed glorious victory. So we're going to remember that 3. Then this is actually used, but 805, the twins go missing. The disappearance of the twins. Okay, so here's Martin Rolst's wallet, and this is what we're going to use to get into the computer. It's the coronation year of the one true king. That's how you know which date amongst all of these dates in the ministry are important. So we'll use that when we get back up. Oh my gosh. I'm like spazzing. Lock on. There we go. Yeah, one more. Is that all of them? Alright. So over here is a research item, the Provincial Border Map. And we're going to get a drone module, Rear Guard Elite. Unit enters a state of high alert, releasing a high voltage discharge to stagger Lymbic entities approaching the user. I currently have Shockwave Elite on, which works really well. Capable of destabling its multiples, which I should use for multiples. But what would I like? Forward charge, distract. It's just one around. Rear Guard Elite. What's this one? Oh yeah. Let me try this. Wrong button. Not sure how it works. Looks like it just stays on me. Alright, let's see if we can't get this guy to come in here. Come here. Come use this so it doesn't go to waste. Can I get you in here? Come here. No, you wanna. I know you wanna. Come on. A little bit. Alright, turn that off. That's good. We can toggle that. Okay, so down here is the cryptic clue for the ministry that we used with the computer in the library. Here's the K, the 5-digit. That's what that was. Now, we're going to get some empty ID cards that are going to be used for the A Way Out good deed that we started in the book restoration section of the library. I'm gonna grab those. And then we're going to grab a stamp. Office 109. Favors owed. This is the last time you and I are square. If you had any sense, you'd stop this. Oh, wait. I had to move the drop location to Office 109. The code is 2703. 2703. So there we go. 2703. So we got the official Hadean Stamp. There we go. And then we're going to grab, while we're down here in the lower set of offices of the ministry, we're going to grab Ecstasy Y. This is the other rod that you need for the Ecstasy door and the Phol Guard side of Lake Cynon. I'll go ahead and open that and get the last time loop guardian in order to get also some loot, but also to get the time loop. Okay. So that's downstairs. We got the wallet, drone module, K5, ID cards, stamp. And Ecstasy. Alright, up to reception. Okay.
Hello. I'm not sure if this is the right number to call. I'd like to report some, suspicious activity. It's my neighbor. He's been receiving a lot of visitors lately, more than usual. Sometimes 2 or 3 vehicles at a time. And last night after curfew, I searched through the garbage bags he put out on the street, and I found 3 forbidden books, all heavily used. He lives at 118 Trading Street here in Lethe. I just want to be sure to do the right thing. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to access the computer. And this is going to tell us that the radio in Rolst's office needs to be turned to channel 60. So we'll remember that. But now we're going to finish Incognito.
My God, what an absolute mess. People have lost their minds in this country. I think it's safe to say our mission was a colossal failure. I'm just trying to make it back to my unit at this point. But these savages will tear me apart if they see my uniform.
Okay, so we're going to give her the woman's clothes that we found in that keypad office.
Oh, okay. 0 points for style, but that could work. I should be able to slip by with the clothes you brought me.
You can actually come back and she'll have changed.
I never would have signed up if I knew how much trouble this uniform would give me.
Kind of a cute little detail. Incognito. Okay, then we're going to pay attention to this. 754 AD, the twins are born. There is only 2 children. That 2 is going to be part of the safe code as well. So we use that. Okay, lounge, downstairs, conference room. So we got all that stuff. Okay. Oh, I never talked to him.
How could we have been so blind? For years, they've been pumping their poison into our minds. TV, radio, music, even our children's school books. And those fucking speeches! We lost ourselves. We became their weapons. Just wind us up and point us at each other. They played us like a fiddle. And this one? Behind the door? She's part of that system. She deserves every bit of what's coming to her.
Alright, back to Ross's office. Oh, we have to get rid of that monster in order to move her. I forgot about that. I was thinking I could just ignore that thing. Because she'll stay there until you actually defeat this. I just figured it's out of the way. Just ignore it. Alright, distressed woman, known person updated. So she will have moved now to Ross's office, which is where we need her. She won't talk to us otherwise. There she is.
Thank you for saving me. Only Cetheris knows what that animal would have done to me.
Who are you?
My name is Mae Tristana. I was Martin's assistant here at the Ministry. I was working for him, even back when he was an archaeologist. Things were much simpler back then. Everything changed when Martin became the fucking deputy minister.
What can you tell me about this symbol?
When the Ministry of Cultural Primacy was created, Martin proposed this symbol as its official emblem. In fact, Martin's obsession with Lord Astor began with that symbol. It concerned a vital discovery he made during one of his digs. Martin believed this symbol would shed light on Lord Astor and his secrets. I have no clue what the symbol means or where it's from.
Martin stored all his significant findings of Lord Astor in his safe. I don't know why, but each time Martin opened his safe, he said, "If only history moved backwards." I hope that helps.
Now tell me more about Martin Rost.
Martin was obsessed with Lord Astor. He decorated this floor with several of his portraits. Martin always found it strange that he could only find shallow information on such an important historical figure. I'm pretty sure you didn't risk coming here to gab about Martin, and even less about Lord Astor. However, you need to brush up on your knowledge of Lord Astor if you want to access Martin's computer. Perhaps it has what you're looking for. Martin had a bad memory and kept reminders of his passwords and codes. They must be around here somewhere.
Okay. Actually, we'll go over here. So in his wallet, where is his wallet? I should have tagged it. There it is. In his wallet, coronation year of the one true king. In the coronation year of the one true king, is here. 773. Seven, 3. Okay. Dig site success. Number of discoveries coming out. I'm storing the crucial pieces in the safe here at the office. I'm going to need a bigger safe at this rate. The safe. The major events of his life will be the teeth on the master key. So keep that in mind. That's what we're... I can start with the portraits hanging around the office. The code will be comprised of an important detail in each painting's caption, and the dates can determine the order. The safe is already well hidden, but changing the code will give me more peace of mind with everything going on. And a new portrait. I was downstairs late last night rereading one of my favorites when I had an epiphany. The crowning was simply the end result. The true master stroke was the bridal war. That was the book that was downstairs that we read. That should be the focus of the new painting. I've already updated my safe code to take this new revelation into account. And I'll be waiting with bated breath for the new portrait. Okay, so now let's expose the safe. We're going to interact with the radio. And the computer entry at the reception told us to tune it to 60. 60 is an AM station, so we got to switch it to AM by using triangle down in the bottom right, it says. And then just let it sit on 60. I guess switch to AM first and then let it sit on 60. If you set it on 60 and switch to AM, then you got to move it back and forth, I guess. Okay, so now we have the safe. So while we were going through, I looked at the other portraits and the bridal book downstairs. And he says, where is it? If only history moves backwards. So we're going to start with the latest information and go back to the earliest. So in the conference room was a portrait that said in 1793 he was assassinated after a 20-year reign. So we're going to take that 20. Downstairs, the book talked about the bridal war in 770 that lasted 3 long years. So there's our 3. In the lounge off of reception, the 754, the twins are born, and he only has 2 children. In 714, he is born, and he lives to be 79. So there's the safe code and where to find each individual piece of information. So then we get the iron seal and a journal entry. A Gelgen excavation. The second seal must be found. Okay, so now we found out about the museum. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to head back to the library and finish up a way out good deed. Now that we have the blank cards and the stamp. Yeah, turn around. The library. We're going to give Agatha the ID cards.
These are the exact cards we're trying to forge. Wonderful. Just need a way to officialize these somehow.
And the stamp.
Excellent. This should be all I need for the documents. Thank you. You've given these people a chance.
Alright, there's a way out. The last thing we're going to do is research all of the research items that we picked up at the library and the ministry.
Find something interesting?
Found a few things. So we are going to research all 6 items.
Nice find. Let's run it through the database.
Get my research stuff out. Okay. The burnt notes that we found in the ministry are part of the Civil War. The Hadean Border Map we found in the entryway of the library is Civil War. The Polaroid is part of the conspiracy. The pottery fragment that we got from the back of the car in the library parking lot is ancient Hadia. And then the provincial border map downstairs in the ministry is the Civil War. The wooden mask is Order of the Eye. Okay.
Hey, Jelgin has a vault of forbidden knowledge.
Good to know. Alright, so there is part 2, the Keystone of Ecstasy, covering the library and the ministry.